We're starting off with Blue-Green Reclamation. I have jokingly titled my stream Flash Hulk, which I think is completely correct because I'm playing Torrential Gearhulk, which has Flash. So the crazy combo that we're playing in this deck with our Wilderness Reclamation, which gives us access to a gratuitous amount of mana, is Torrential Gearhulk, which is a 6 mana 5/6 with Flash. It says when it enters the battlefield, you may cast a target instant card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. And Sublime Epiphany, which among its many modes can clone a creature and bounce a creature or a non-land permanent. So what you can do is with Sublime Epiphany in your graveyard, if you play Torrential Gearhulk, you can get a copy of your Gearhulk. And you can also bounce any original Gearhulk. So you can end up with 15 power on the battlefield from having a Torrential Gearhulk in play that you play Sublime Epiphany on, copy it, and then your new copy of Gearhulk will grab the Sublime Epiphany out of the graveyard to copy it. So there's a number of different ways you can have the two cards interact depending on which one you play first. But that's the general idea of this deck, is to exploit a synergy between these two cards, but also between Torrential Gearhulk and Dig Through Time. Also just your gratuitous amount of mana and Shark Typhoon. And then we've got Teferi, Master of Time. Aspiringspike is the architect of this deck. And he's trying this one out today. I'm going to try it as well. It seems to make a lot of sense. One, you can bin things like Sublime Epiphany that you're not ready to cast yet. And two, just being able to card select through your deck when we don't have any specific removal spells, but we just have a lot of things that function in a way to overwhelm our opponents could be really useful. We're only playing 2 Uro, for example, and digging towards Uro is something that we definitely are going to want to do in some cases, or digging towards a Gearhulk, or digging towards another Shark Typhoon when we've got one in play, or what have you. And we've got a number of sideboard cards here that I'm not entirely sure how to use, but we are going to figure all that out as we go along. Shark Typhoon continues to impress me. I 110% agree with that. I am very impressed with Shark Typhoon. I like it in every deck that I play. I will be buying 4 copies in paper ASAP, because it's just super fun. Did you see... No, I'm assuming you didn't see the VOD, Strife Out, but yesterday I had a game where I was playing Teamer Wreck, and we put 3 Shark Typhoons into play. It was fun. It was a time. Alright, hand is definitely keepable. Let's rock and rumble. Ready to rock and rumble. Let's do it up. The game was nutty. Yeah, it was super fun. That's on my YouTube now. I won that game by my opponent timing out, but we were gonna deck out in that game. It was game 2. I won game 1, and then they ended up timing out. But we were going to deck if they hadn't timed out. All right. Probably only gonna need to opt once. I guess I could just save this Fabled Passage though as my 4th land, so I don't need to do anything silly here, and I can represent Censor or Growth Spiral or anything of that nature. We are against an island from Axino, so I wonder if we're against some kind of control deck or some kind of flash deck. Looks like it might be blue-white control. Yeah, Dig Through Time seems good with all these cards I'm going to be putting in my graveyard over the next couple turns. Fabled Passage helps my Dig Through Time, but I would like a piece of interactions to see if I can stop a Teferi from coming down. Hello! Alright. I really, 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 really hope that they just slam a Teferi here. That'd make my life real easy. Testgent deck, my opponent says to me. U2 Testgent deck. Blah. Ayo. Got him. Got him. Testing deck, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know how you mistyped that badly. I mean, I do, because my spelling is garbage, so not even a question, but could be dyslexic. With typing? I guess so. I guess dyslexia with typing is probably a thing. Now, if they have the second Teferi, they go to bounce my Wilderness Reclamation. We respond by putting a Shark into play, and then we attack this Teferi down. So that's pretty okay. I don't just want to slam this Dig Through Time into all their open mana, but I think I'm okay with making a 2/2 Shark. Just getting some pressure going. Because if they react to this on either turn right now, then we get to... I just noticed what deck we're playing. Oh yeah, it's Gasoline, dude. I heard Flash Hulk was really good. I heard it on Legacy Podcast. They said it got banned, but these cards all seem legal to me, so I don't know. It's a little annoying. Let's see. What's the right way to do this? Probably this one. I don't know, man. Pioneer, and the other funny thing was the Roy, the deck list I was pointing out to you, the Narset Wheels deck. It's listed as Dimir Inverter on Goldfish because Goldfish is excellent at what they do. That's not the right way to do that. I should have floated the mana. No, I needed to activate Castle before they field me. Interesting choice. So this is going to make my dig through time even cheaper. I like that. I like that a lot. They only have 2 mana up, so they're unlikely. I don't think they're playing Dovin's Veto in their main deck, but we'll find out. Kind of interested in both of these. I guess with Dig Through Time, it's not gonna. Censor's probably a bit unnecessary. The Epiphany is great though. I want that right there. All right, we are gonna jam this Dig Through Time. Hopefully, misinformation is a beautiful thing until it starts mattering. Yeah, it's all fun and games until you elect a racist ass mother. Anyway, so dig. Veto me, nerd. No? Okay, got him. Good. All right, so I can take Censor and Gearhulk. I think that's fine. Obviously, Sublime Epiphany would be really good, but I can't cast it right now, and I kind of want the Censor in case they have like 5 mana Teferi. They have 3 mana Teferi. It's going to be unfortunate no matter what I do. So, took me a minute to realize these were online prices for this deck list. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a little. That's a thing. They bounce the Shark. Yep. Don't have a second Shark Typhoon. Okay, that's not great. So, Torrential Gearhulk does not work at all right now. I mean, it's a 5/6. I guess I could just play at the 5/6, see if I could force them to Wrath. They could have Azorius Charm or something like that when I attack next turn, but it's not really something I can concern myself with right now. And they took out my Castle Vantress, which was super relevant. Good for them. So we'll target. It's a May, right? E-May. Yeah. Target dig. Okay. No. Pass the turn. Womp womp. Yeah. Okay. So this is giving me sort of more of an opening to find other things. So let's cast Dig now. Kind of sucks, but we gotta find an out. Okay, double Typhoon is probably the only things we're interested in. Can any order these? Sure. Play Temple. Yes, I would like that for a future. Go green. Play Growth Spiral. Put the Breeding Pool into play. Pass the turn. My opponent comments, dig through time everywhere. It's a really good spell. I don't suppose they would have noticed. They're casting Big Teferi? Sure. So, yeah. I think we're just making one big shark. That's how dig through time works, yeah. So I can make 1/6/6, or I could make a 3/3 and a 9, so 2/2. I think 1/6/6 is probably best because the only thing that really matters is getting this little Teferi off the battlefield. Beyond that, I think I can just. They didn't untap. What a punt! I really hope that they don't have the what's it called? Yeah, my opponent is upset. So bottom that. Shark goes up, and shark goes down. Shark goes in, shark goes out. You put your big shark in, you take your big shark out. Alright, let's play another wreck. And then... yeah, probably just pass the turn here. Are we about to end opponent's career? It's certainly possible. And you shake your shark a bit. That's right. Okay, so turn target spell. Turn target non-land permanent to Southern Sand. Create a copy. Draw a card. Yeah, I'd like to do all these. So copy that. Bounce that. Copy that. You draw. No. Okay. So I gotta waste this on a 1/1 shark because they're gonna kill this one. Alright. This matchup is really frustratingly just all about this card. And then if they have an Azorius Charm or anything of the like, we're gonna get really messed up here. It's very Time Raveler. Yeah, I mean, they just had the fourth one. Or third one? Third one. We just wanted Uber Crypt to come in? Yeah, I mean, they've drawn more cards than us. Like, what? There's no... Yeah. There's no salt on my side of the table about it. Like, if they get there off of this, like they should have, they did the thing that their deck's supposed to do. They has Azorius Charm, I'm just going to scoop it. So I think we've blown through way too many resources by this point, just trying to keep up with this one damn card. Were we supposed to upkeep Castle? I didn't have upkeep Castle. I just played my Castle. Okay. Well, that's good. So, end step, we can Castle a bunch of times. But I appreciate the attention to detail, Ustal Sarah. Yeah, exactly. I totally get that. Like, I've done that before, where I've been like, wait, did I have this at the beginning of this turn or not? No, no, it's all good, man. It's all good, fellow human. This is just going to be such a problem so soon. I just have no card advantage right now. All right, Sinister Sabotage on top is the best I can hope for, but I actually, maybe I'm just supposed to dig to Uro. Yeah. At the end of their turn, I'm going to go and try to dig to Uro. So that was a mistake to leave the Sabotage on top. We have one less scry. Oh, Jiggy. So I must sadly report to you that you were right once again, and Breach combo was never relevant. In the Yorian, Team Rochelle is the only card I noticed an actual factual difference in the game is Stoneforge Mystic and Song of Creation. Yeah. That's why I still favor the Trinket Mage build. I think the Trinket Mage build is just just lost F6 equity. Yep. Okay. I lost actual value for the F6 equity. It's fine. We probably weren't winning this game anyway. We were definitely not winning this game. Okay. Got it. Yeah. No, I mean the forced shuffle is fine. I just it's but oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. But activating Vantress in response would have made me feel better about trying to find the Uro. If it had been on top, I would be like, aha, my previous thing where I said I screwed up was correct. Okay. This is a weird matchup because everything in my deck feels good already. That said, Jace's defeat is obviously great here. Mystical Dispute is very good. And then Nightpack Ambusher seems kind of awesome. Maybe we board down a little bit on Reclamation. So I think 2 Gearhulks, but Sublime Epiphany seems really, really, really overcosted here. And then I guess Censor's pretty bad. Oh, we can go down on Opt. I think I like this setup. Maybe even all the Reclamations could come out. And if all the Reclamations are out, Sublime Epiphany seems a lot worse. But we're on the play right now, so Nightpack Ambusher seems like a fantastic card in this matchup because we go wide and they really don't want to have Supreme Verdict in their deck or in their hand for the most part here. I think I want the 4-color version with 4 Song, 4 Stoneforge Mystic, 3 Engineer Explosives, 3 Karn. That's ambitious, my friend. That is incredibly ambitious. But you have always been the ambitious builder. I love how I don't have to ask if Veil of Summer is legal in this format because I see you don't have any in your sideboard. Yeah, it's definitely not legal in this format. I don't want to imagine what the mono green deck would look like if it had that. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. Thank you, deck. Thank you. Probably will cut Galactic Blast for it. Yes, give in to the greed, Jiggy. 0 interaction. Who needs interaction? Canister said it best. I hate prowess, but whatever. Yeah. Man, did you look at the results of the last challenge beyond the fact that it was crazy with does it work on Teferi Do? It does. It does do. It doesn't give us a scry, but it does work on Teferi. All right. Am I playing Uro next turn? I doubt it. And I think I'm cycling this Neutralize because I want to just keep hitting land drops here. Son of a bitch. Alright. Well, hopefully we can get there. This deck is not as ludicrously over the top on lands as as a lot of the other ones I've played. Please. That's a frown. Well, our opponent stalled on 4 last game, but having double Uro in hand is just really rough. So this is part of the downside of the way I sideboarded, is took out the Censors and the Opts, so we have a little less filtering in the early game. Uro doesn't have flash. No, he does not. He's not the Hulk. One plays land into nothing. Yep. Alright, come on, deck. I said, come on, deck. Guess I should have cycled Shark Typhoon EOT. Yeah, I definitely should have. That was a mistake. It's fine. We'll do it on the next one. It'll probably be okay. But if they have 3-drop Teferi plus Dovin's Veto or Negate, then we're going to be in trouble. Maybe they think I have Mystic Dispute plus a 2-mana CMC, or 2 CMC counter, which would be reasonable. Bloop. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. There we go. There we go. I knew you had it in you. We discarded Uro? That's great, because we're just playing Reanimator here. We're just going to get him back into play. No problem. Opponent took the 1? Yes. Winning. No problem. What are you going to do? Make a human token? Nerd. Why can't I remember what the song sounds like from the introduction of Beauty and the Fuck? Wait, we have double Jace's defeat? Never mind. We're probably going to be okay? Maybe. Unless they have 2 CMC counterspell and 1 CMC counterspell. Yeah, we have 2, we good. Yeah. I just see the Teferi and the Dreadbore. The Dreadbore of my soul begins. Get out of here, nerd. Oh, now we got this huge opening to play, you know, things. Yeah. I think blue-white control might be advantaged in this matchup. Not sure. Not sure if true, but that said, I'm sure Spike knows how to play this matchup better than I do. I think I'm just sitting here pretending like I have something. If they play big Teferi, we're in an okay spot. Small Teferi's rough. Okay, nothing? Nothing's great. Well, nothing pre-combat. We don't need to pretend. No, but I mean, we're just going to play Nightpack Ambusher rather than escaping Uro. Yeah, no, I mean, we're not pretending to have something. It's just that if they play like Little Teferi and they have a counterspell again, like they play Little Teferi, we play Dig Through Time, they counter the Dig Through Time, and then we're screwed. In theory. So Nightpack Ambusher is kind of stonewalled by Castle Ardenvale, but not actually, because Nightpack Ambusher keeps popping out pups. Maybe they have something like what's it called? I mean, they have Azorius Charm, but maybe they have Seal Away or something. But if they have Azorius Charm, I'm actually going to opt and bottom the Nightpack because I don't need to. Okay, opponent's playing a little bit scared, which I like. Yep. Trigger. Is this Dig Through Time? Oh, Shark Typhoon X5. Yeah, I can't stop that from happening. Okay. That's a big mama. Alright. But I can outrace that? Yeah. It's not even going to be too hard. Okay. You got him. You got the big shark. Dig now. I guess I could have. Yeah, I probably should have. They're coming at me. All right. I guess with the castle, they could theoretically erase me here. But if they tap down for castle on a main phase, I'm gonna mess them up. Or not on a main phase, on my combat. But I could leave my shark back at some point to block their shark, so I think we're okay. And we have a road to gain life, in theory, if it resolves. We also get to play a second Nightpack Ambusher at EOT here, which makes this wolf a 4/4. Makes my clock unbelievably fast. Shark on shark violence. This game brings out the worst in all of us. You right, dog. You right. Opponent waffling. Got it. Got it. They made a decision. Very master of time. This can phase out one of my creatures. Guess I would think that. I think I'll let it resolve, because double Nightpack Ambusher feels like it's just going to wreck that, no problem. Yeah, that seems fine. Thankfully, tokens phase back in under the post-Teferi's protection rules change. Did they ever not? Did tokens actually were tokens ever destroyed by? Well, I'm sure they were at some point. Tokens were destroyed by phasing, but basically, as far as I've been playing, I thought that tokens were fine because phasing is a state change. It's why the Batterskull trick worked. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what the Batterskull trick is in this context, because the only Batterskull trick I know is pay 3 mana, return Batterskull to your hand, drop it back down with Stoneforge Mystic in response to it being destroyed, which I assume is not the Batterskull trick. That is just the Batterskull trick that most people use and would refer to as the Batterskull trick. There's an Narset now, but I've got the second Nightpack. Azorius Charm, sure. Good for next turn, but not good for now. Mom's home. Another trick that's activates. Yeah, yep. That's the Batterskull trick. Phase out Germ token, phases out Batterskull. Token no longer exists under old rule. Batterskull never phases back in. Sure. I'm sure that's a real thing. I believe you. Okay. So if I attack them with everything they have to phase out, no, they can just chump block. But I'd rather kill this Narset and pressure the Teferi. So if I attack Narset with 1/2 creatures and Teferi with 1/2 creatures, they get to choose what they keep. But I think it works out in my favor. So attack Narset with these two, attack Teferi with these two. Teferi can phase out one of something, then the shark will kill it. What it phases out can be one of the creatures attacking Narset and they can block the other one, but then they lose the Teferi. Yeah, so actually we attack Teferi with just the shark and Narset with the other 3. Yeah, that's how we do this. They're guaranteed to lose the Narset this way. And the only way they can save Teferi is by phasing out my token. And the reason this is important, I think, is because this allows me to get the Narset off the battlefield, which is, I think, is pretty important. Okay. Yes, there you go. Yeah, this gets the Narset off the battlefield. They get an extra loot instead of phasing a creature out this time, which means they can phase the creature out next time. So I guess forcing them on the phase out would have been useful. I was discussing arguing with Zanman about it and was saying the link to my actually bookmarked folder. You were arguing with him about what the Batterskull trick is? Because I would argue that the general usage of the Batterskull trick is what Ustolsera and I were saying what it was, because that's much more commonly used. I mentioned it because I assume people just knew about it. I mean, people do know about the Batterskull trick. It's just the thing that we said, not the thing that you said. No, most people don't know about that. Phasing is not a relevant keyword even in most formats that it's legal in, and phasing interacting with Batterskull is just, how often does that come up? Like, I'm sure in EDH sometimes, I guess, but only since Teferi's Protection was printed, probably. I didn't mention it as the Batterskull trick, though. I just mentioned the specific rules. Well, I mean, that's fine. That's, yeah, I think that's a reasonable thing. So, Teferi, we have to try to counter, because if we don't, we just can't do anything. And then if they verdict here after the fact, there's nothing we could do about that anyway. Big Teferi. Okay, we can Mystic Dispute this if we find one. Also, if they don't have a Mystical Dispute. They did not, and we got one. So, looks like we're going to get this one. Take Sublime Epiphany, I guess? Sure. If they had a Mystical Dispute, they would have shot it on my dig there, unless they thought I had one in my hand already and they were playing around it. But Teferi doesn't win, doesn't get them out of this. Yeah, it looks like we got this one. It was relevant in Legacy for a short time when people used one of the blue charms to phase Dreadnought. Yeah. Phasing Dreadnought, yeah. But then how often do you run into Batterskull, right? I mean, you do. I know you do in Legacy. But, okay. So can I win the game this turn? So if we... if I bounce the Shark and I make a copy of Nightpack Ambusher, and then I swing with everything, they phase out the Ambusher. So, and then they die? Yeah. So this is bounce. Return to, yeah. So bounce the Shark, copy, me draw. They can phase out the Ambusher in response, and I'm actually curious to see if this stops this from working. I believe this. I'm not a fan of rules that might cause a new player to assume I'm scumming them. Well, so back then Stoneforge Mystic was tier 1, not so much anymore. Yeah. Okay, so they're gonna phase this out. I'm interested to see if this works, because this card technically still exists in terms of what the rules say, but it doesn't. Okay, so actually I do miss lethal here. Huh? Well, that sucks. Attack them with everything. Attack Teferi with the tools, I guess. So 1, 2 on Teferi. Okay, so they block 4 and they take 10. So that wouldn't kill them. Still have a huge advantage here, so we didn't actually win right away. Huh. So I guess I should have... No, cloning something else doesn't make any sense. Anyway, what was I talking about with the rules interaction? I don't think that you would say that that rules interaction, Roy, would be likely to be scumming any new players, because like the fact that phasing is in the game is going to mess with new players. I don't think that there's any particular way in which phasing could be in a game with new players, and those new players could be in a position where they feel like they're going to get scummed, and like I just, yeah. Okay, so this has lifelink. Right now we attack for 10. Okay, but they have the Azorius charm, but I have a counter for it. And then when we do that, depending on the timing, yeah, okay, got it. So we just attack with all, and then depending on what they do with their Azorius charm, we Gearhulk and wreck them up. So they should block first. We'll see if they do that. They did not. Okay, this is really good for me. It's happening. It's happening. Boom. Get him with the hammer. All right. So yeah, I mean, I actually think the reminder text on current phasing explains the mechanic well now that things work more intuitively. Yeah, exactly. So like with that situation when I was in right there, I think the current reminder text actually is very functionally accurate. So I would like these censors on the draw. And I need all my Shark Typhoons. Maybe I can go even lower on Sublime Epiphany and Torrential Gearhulk, although they were pretty important there, so maybe not. But I think this setup is okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the current reminder text on fit. Now that I know that if you basically now that I know that it works the way you would expect it to. So like I was thinking in a previous matchup, I was like, if I crank a Walking Ballista and they phase it out in response, does it still get the token? Because like treat it though it doesn't exist is such a terrible way to say that in terms of what it's like how I really hate the reminder text on sagas. I think the reminder text on sagas is just more confusing than it should be. It would be less confusing if they just left the reminder text off and you had to go read it, because I don't think what they put on it is useful in any way. Okay, do they jam turn 3 Teferi on the play? Narset. Okay, so we'll Growth Spiral. Put in a Temple. Do I want more lands? Yeah, more lands is probably fine. I have to think of the play pattern in the next couple turns. Actually, no, I need to find. I have enough lands. I need to find a. I have enough lands. I need to find a counter, and I'm definitely not gonna play Uro on this turn. We drew 2 Uros again in our opening. I maybe should have shipped that, but like, that's a brutal draw. So hopefully they slam the Master of Time here, because then we get to throw down Nightpack, and then they phase it out. But then, yeah, it all kind of works out in our favor eventually. Or eventually will. No Teferi. I'm going to cycle Shark Typhoon here instead. Uro looks so lonely. I guess he's not much of a team player. He works okay on teams. So I'd like to get this off the battlefield because that unlocks some of my hand and some of the cards in my deck. Yikes. Got her. All right. Do I play out Uro here and keep up 2 mana? Yeah. Or 3 mana, depending on if it resolves or not. Okay, Errol, we need to walk this wall down to complete our extension. Uro just makes me think of or the situation that you're espousing just makes me think of that really what is that really terrible movie, Pacific Rim. That was one of the stupidest moments I've ever seen in any movie. There's these gigantic Titan monsters that are assailing civilization. What are we gonna do? Oh, we'll build a giant wall. Literally the first interaction you ever see with one of these things is that they knock down the wall, and you're like, what? Who thought that this would work? Who actually said, hey, a wall will work? Because it didn't even stop them for a second. It's like they didn't even, I don't know. It's just really, really funny. It's just really, really funny to me. It's like the equivalent of someone being like, yeah, just Torrential Gearhulk to flash back the removal spell to kill their Teferi. It's obvious. All right, 2. I want to dig through time right now. I think that I do. Got the second Uro in my hand, so dig. Diglet dig, diglet dig. All right. I think I just want 2 Jace's defeat, to be perfectly honest. Or a Jace's defeat and a neutralize. This only counters blue spells. I don't think they've really played any relevant white spells so far. And we have Nightpack plus Uro in hand. Yeah, I'm just taking the 2 Jace's defeat, calling it a day. Right. What's up, Pogo Shark? Watching Pacific Rim part of the induction ceremony for President of the United States. It might explain a few things. Well, it wouldn't explain why they hadn't built the giant wall earlier that was ineffective. Alright, I really hope they don't jam a Teferi Time Raveler here. Just at work and notice you were online. Oh yeah. I have to do midday streams right now when it's a work day for me. I think I have to let this resolve, right? Because they could still have the 3-mana Teferi, which sucks because it puts them off a bunch of cards. But yeah, I start work at 5 and work until question marks, and I don't usually have the energy to stream after work right now, so it's just state of the world right now. They put Absorb in their hand. Well, shoot. All right. All right. That is a fantastic pickup. Okay, so we're going to go poke their Narset. So that they don't get to draw another card. Our hand is actually kind of gasoline, so should be okay from here. 2-mana counter, 2-mana counter, 1-mana counter, Nightpack. Seems real good. Cycle Censor. Got him! Did I bring my sensors back in? I bet I did. I did. That's ambitious. But I kept my opts out? Nah, that sounds like me. Who needs opt? You've got Cycling Censor. It's just as good. Maybe better. Please play your 3-mana Teferi. Please play your 3-mana Teferi. We did because we were on the draw. Yeah. And I mean, I get it. I'm just saying, like, keeping in Censor over having opt in this kind of matchup is, yeah. I mean, it made sense when I said it, but like now that we have drawn 0, we've drawn 0 Censors, and now there's 4 Censors in my deck that are just basically going to be worse than opt. I mean, they have the flexibility. It's just very unlikely that Daze is going to be relevant at this point in the game, but it can. I just wasted some time learning about bands with others. Oh, bands with others is one of the worst mechanics of all time. It's unintuitive and it's not even good. It's just the worst. All right, play a 3-mana counter. Do it. Do it. Yeah, baby. Tempo. Your Narset's a dead one. X gonna give it to you. First we're gonna rock, then we're gonna roll. Actually, Nightpack Ambusher is gonna give it to you, but that's really not the point. All right. I guess, yeah, we'll give them the option. Yeah. That's fine. It's not actually doing anything because I don't even know if I wanted to play my Uro here. So, and then we get, yeah, more dudes. If they have Verdict here, I'm going to be a little upset. But then again, I cantrip to my Shark, and so it's just a 1-for-1, so that's fine. And then we get to Uro. No, we won't get to Uro. Did they keep the Verdict? They did. Wild. Okay. So we got to find another Shark Typhoon. Or I guess I could just crank Blast Zone. I think I'd rather Vantress. I don't really want to go down lands right now. Censor. We'll just bottom it. Okay, not playing that until their turn. We can Vantress and Growth Spiral. Crank 1 Blast Zone for 3 there. Yeah, I guess I could have. Teferi. No. Fair. Still, no. No. Because I want the Growth Spiral to turn into a spell, not a land. Teferi's the new poster boy, which is basically Jace, so I get to scry too. I think that should count, honestly. I think since there's been a Teferi themed set, but not a Jace themed set, that it should be officially ruled that Teferi's count as Jace's. Is opponent salting? No. They were considering if they wanted to play that land or not. Okay. Nope. Well, Teferi did defeat Jace as the poster boy. I like that. Okay. We really need to get this Narset off the battlefield. So I am more excited to crank and pop Blast Zone than I was before. Oh, is it happening? Is it happening? Nope. All right. Top that. Yes, please. Okay. Can I cycle this Censor here? Probably should cycle this. No, I can crank the Blast Zone to 3 right now, huh? Okay. Okay. But just in case the Nightpack Ambusher doesn't do the job. I think we're passing here. If they play a Planeswalker, we play Nightpack in response. If they counter that, then I have more likelihood to hit something with the Censor. Isn't Zen Block Jace themed? Worldwake was all about that douchebag. No, it just seemed to be, I think. Dream Trawler. That's a big mamma jamma. I guess in theory I could crank a Blast Zone to 6. Okay. Resolves? Huh. Okay. Well, I guess that's resolving. This is going to be interesting. About to get weird. Boosh. All right. I love Kung Fu Panda. So I can cycle into Teferi and play Teferi here, and then Teferi can phase this out. Yeah, seems good. So hopefully that resolves. Cool. I guess I'm gonna plus him. Yeah, womp womp. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Nope. Ah. No, it's already past the draw step. Alright. Never mind. We need 10 mana apart from losing mana on the Blast Zone. What? So they can give us hexproof, but then it becomes tapped. So they just discard a card for nothing, essentially. So they're unlikely to do so. If they do, it'll be great. I would love them to discard a card to this. They do not. Big Teferi. Elspeth? Oh, second Dream Trawler. Well, that Blast Zone on 6 is seeming real attractive, huh? Oh, or that. Or that. That seems good. Actually, it's not that good. Well, let's dig through time. Okay, let's draw. Sure. I don't have a Sublime Epiphany in here, is that correct? Yeah, I don't have a lot of time to mess around on it. If I play Uro, that helps me stay alive for a little while longer. If I play Uro, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I can crank this to 5 right now, which is not good enough. Playing Uro, I think this keeps me alive slightly longer. Okay. Also, if I peel and untap land, I can also play the Gearhulk. Yeah, we cut some. I think we cut 1 Sublime Epiphany. Land. Untap land. That is not an untap land, but it is a good draw. Alright, pass turn. This way, if they get some crazy Alpha Strike going, I can survive it. So they're coming in for, geez, 12? Oh, they're leaving 1 back? No. Oh, they're attacking Teferi. Yeah, we're going to put a Shark in the way of that, I guess. Yeah, we're not raising these at all. I need to get my Blast Zone up. That's the only thing that's going to matter. Time Raveler, sure. Ditch that. Give myself space? Maybe? Sure. Bounces Uro. Gets killed by Nightpack. Yeah, we're just focusing on clock. Well, the problem is the Dream Trawlers can literally kill me next turn, although I get to phase 1 them out, so. Bounce the Nightpack Ambusher. That's incredibly strange. They must have a Charm, which means that I'm going to have to do something to keep this attack going. That's a good draw. Well, maybe not. They did not. Okay. So, Teferi, maybe ditching Ambusher? No, ditching Dispute. Okay. Upkeep. I'm going to phase 1 of these out. What is this? Draw a card? Dig through time? Shark Typhoon X1. Yeah, that's fine. My Shark is going to be better than yours. Phase that out. And then I don't have anything that interacts with the board in here right now, which is kind of frustrating because I would like to be able to tell their trawler to screw off, but I don't have the option. So, but oh, I can make a Shark that's bigger than that. It's a weird attack. I guess they're worried about a gigantic Teferi. Sure. I mean, you can make your Dream Trawler big enough to kill my Shark. That's fine. I don't mind, but I'm pretty sure they're digging for Azorius Charm. Because then they'll get to get rid of my Shark before it kills the Dream Trawler. Although, that means they won't get any life here, so that's okay. Did I kill it? Shit. That's awesome. And I have an 8-8 Shark? Damn, dude. Damn, boy! Am I leaving the Shark back? I think for now. Yeah, clock is going to be the only real concern with this game from here on out. I think we're in a pretty good position, but so I want to find Sublime Epiphany. So let's go cycle this. I just don't think because I've never done it before. I think if I hit the Sublime Epiphany and Gearhulk interaction, I'm not going to be able to pull it off quickly enough, and we're probably just going to die to clock. But I also expected the shark to come at Tef. Yeah, that's that was a weird attack in a bunch of different ways, I guess. So I think I'm just going to counter that. Where are you? Shit. Yeah. Okay. God damn it. The way priority works sometimes is so frustrating. Doesn't attack. That's fantastic. I guess I should have looted with Teferi before I did that, but whatever. Because this is going to be Sublime Epiphany? Okay, good. Combat. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 going in. Yep. Go team. I was like, settle? No, not settle. Oh shit. Stupid. Ugh. Damn triggers. Sometimes. Clock says GG. I mean, they're bleeding a bunch of clock too. So we'll see. I'm just going to yield until next end step, and if I get blown out by this, it's fine. Yeah, shit. I think I'm already dead. Damn you, Moto lag. Nope, maybe not. The thing that's going to kill me is the Uro trigger. Yeah, yeah. Even if I got there, the Uro trigger was going to kill me. But that's fine. That's a okay way to lose a match, I think. Especially when I've never played this deck before, and this is like obviously a tough matchup with all the Teferis. But like, that's a W on paper, and I'll take it. It'd be nice to win all the treasure chests and shit, but feels bad. Nah, it's fine. In the spirit of science, it's acceptable. And like, we clearly got to see like some of the ways that that sideboarding strategy can work, and some of the ways that the gameplay will be, you know, relevant to play out. So it's all good. Nothing to feel bad about there. First time taking the deck out, it is very, very complex in terms of technical execution. Like, it's pretty easy to understand, but actually doing it takes time. Like, I was watching Spike play it today, and he's a much better player than I am. And he punted a bunch of times with like opting on his turn when he had a Nightpack in play that he wanted to trigger. So like, it's all good. All good. Is this hand gasoline? Yes, it is. Hello? Moto? Oh. Okay. I think my opponent had to leave. Am I getting a freebie? No volume, but that looks like a hell of a match. Yep. All right. Well. Yeah, it was a cool match. And we got the free win right afterwards, so now I just have to 3-0 this league. Yeah. GG, easy, go next. Probably a win trader. What, like they're trying to smurf? How does one cure exhaustion in the soul? Flash Hulk, doy. Just get him with the deck that's banned from Legacy. This hand is not as good as the previous one. I want the other one back. I mean, it's good, but I want the other one back. Chicken soup for the soul. Ooh. I think I've got a copy of one of those over here. But I've also got a bunch of Terry Pratchett books, and those are even better. Blue-black. All right, is this actual blue-black? Is this the Narset Wheels deck? I hope so. Yes, I would like more lands. Like, you can see how messed up Moto is, because it'll count down to 24:48, and then it'll give me a 2-second rebate, which I assume is because my computer on my end is hooked into like a global clock for this game. And so when I pass priority, the server gets information on when I shoot. I thought this was going to come into play on tap because I thought this was a forest, because these are forests. What are your thoughts on the Team Erect deck in Modern? I'm going to play it soon, and I will give you thoughts after that. This is going to be Narset, isn't it? Because I fucked up. Yep. Oh, man. This is going to be bad. In Modern, it's sweet. I really want to play the Team Erect deck in Modern because I really hate the Scapeshift deck. And I think the Rec deck was like the fun version of that. Yep, at Larynx Punch where there's one. I don't think this is turn 2. I'm just so tired of work. Okay, so flash this. I built it, now Urza is basically unplayable. I don't think Urza is unplayable, but it's just definitely nowhere near as powerful as it used to be. I'm really, really annoyed that we have this Narset to deal with now. Ooh. Oh, is this Grixis Fires? I bet it is. I bet it is. I bet I'm about to see a Fires. Yeah, I am. Can I Growth Spiral into Censor? I can. And I can do it with drawing a card, too. Ooh, another Censor. So our deck should be a nightmare for most Fires decks. And this draw is pretty freaking good. Larynx Punch. It's adorable. Okay, we still have to deal with this Narset, which they have not minused a second time, so that's kind of okay for me. Damn, that's a good emote. Red green. Is it red and 6? Chandra. Do like that card. Okay, we're gonna sabotage. Oh my, it's a mirage. Mirage. Castle Vantress. Yeah, I think I want that. Yeah, I do, unfortunately. Which means I'm not going to opt. Because I would like to keep the opt for when it's going to do something a little bit better. Why are they not minusing their Narset? It's a free... You got a free free real estate. There's a pool in the back. Come on now. Draw it with Censor. Oh, I should have done that. Yeah, that was the line. Good catch, Roy. Good catch. I was like, I don't want to burn this opt. That's super useful. All these Censors. Did we already draw? No, we hadn't drawn on that turn. We had not drawn on that turn. I was thinking earlier about cycling the Censors out of my hand because, like, I obviously have too many. Roy gonna Roy. Oh, you know it. All right. Oh yeah. Opponent's deck is. This is the good stuff right here. I love this Grixis pile. Neutralize. Heal until next time. Okay, so this time we're gonna opt because I really would like to hit a land here, and this gives me 2 digs. Oh, you're so bad right now. Okay, land. Yes. All right. Clock meat fail. All the good shit. I think I've earned my ice cream. You certainly have, sir. You certainly have. I can't wait to play it face-to-face again. I hope Team Trios are a format that is supported. I guess they were saving the Narset until they had a turn where they thought that they needed... what do I want to say? Where they needed to dig for a spell. They have hit enough land drops now that I'm slightly concerned about what they can do. But I'm guessing that they don't play a lot of interaction in game 1, so... Puts a second Narset in their hand. Yikes. Goes to combat. Okay, I like this. Huh, well. I can find my way. I can go the distance. It's my shark song. My shark likes Disney's Hercules. Go to combat. Kill the Narset. Kill her. Just get her dead. Push. Downlock? Torrential Gearhulk. That's going to be really funny. Oh, Shark Typhoon. Oh. That's as big as my shark. Womp womp. Oh, that's not fair. Alright. Protect your Narset if you must. Alright. Alright. You got it. Poor little sharks. You damn right. Alright, what do you got? Nothing? You have actual factual nothing. That's bonkers. Probably more Shark Typhoons. Blast Zone. No. Yeah, that's alright. Putting the tap land into play on turn 2 has never been more punishing. I don't think I've ever screwed up a game so badly by putting a tap land into play on turn 2. Oh no. Oh no. The big shark. Yup. And I haven't found a Sublime Epiphany yet. Well, this is gonna hurt. Narset's gonna Narset. Yep. Back, and with Ben and Jerry's Peanut Butter Fudge too. Yeah. Don't fail to cast or don't fail to sequence your lands correctly, people. You may regret it. Dig seems good. Temple's gonna get removed by the dig? Not necessarily. Not if I play the dig on their turn. Okay. Because we can growth spiral first, then dig on their turn. We do have to find an answer for the shark, obviously, but Sublime Epiphany, if we can find one, is everything we need and more. If they have the third goddamn Shark Typhoon, okay, good. I don't always fail to sequence my lands correctly, but when I do, Narset makes me regret it. Temple of Mystery, for everyone who loves their lack of synergy with Castle Vantress. Alright. Smash. Sure. Oh, I could also just find another Shark Typhoon, I suppose. Alright. This is going to be big Nickel Bolas. I really hope so. Triple black. More. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. No, stop it. Stop. Play something big. Do it. Overcommit. Oh, I can Gearhulk a growth spiral and then play dig through time. Yeah, we're gonna do that. This gives me a lot of different ways this can go well, I think. Okay, so Gearhulk worked. So I think they're probably playing next to no main deck interaction that isn't like Shark Typhoon. So draw a card, drop. No, we didn't have an Epiphany. If we had an Epiphany, I would have grabbed the Epiphany. Wilderness Rec. Yeah, why not? Well, I'm about to dig through time, but I think Wilderness Rec is one of the things I would want. Blue. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Dig. Now they censor me? No, okay. Shark Typhoon, Wilderness Rec. Okay, that's probably as good as it gets. Weird. There you are. Okay, let's find out if they have another Shark Typhoon. If they do, I think we're mostly... No, we're not dead at all. No. Oh my god, they have it. In their top 20 cards, they found so many Shark Typhoons. Oh, man. This is the same Narset from turn 3. That's just bricking me, and I can't do anything about it. So the question is, do I hardcast Shark Typhoon, then Wilderness Wreck, and then Growth Spiral on there? Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I have everything. Okay. So cast Shark Typhoon, cast Wreck, and then pass the turn. Then on their turn, we Growth Spiral. So we are still alive. We can also crank Blast Zone to 3 here. So if they play the Narset, new Narset, we punk their Narset off. It puts us in an insane position. I mean, it depends, right? Like they could finally start playing things out of their hand and just bury us. So I don't know. I don't know what their hand is. Like it's they have 7 cards and they haven't been playing anything in a little while. I'm not sure what they could possibly be worried about, but get to scry into gas. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I don't actually need to do anything here, but if I cast Growth Spiral, I can kill this shark and have a 2/2 left over. So I think I want to do that. Suppose I could scry first to try to draw. Yeah, because now I'll have 3 afterwards. Okay, so let's scry first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. Yeah, and then we have 3. Okay. Yeah, we're not cranking blast on this turn. Can't we scry then spiral to increase our odds for dig? Yes. That seems like a good one. I think I want that card on top. Dude. Just popping out little sharks. Put a land on the battlefield. I don't have one, but thanks for asking, Moto. I appreciate that you always ask. It's not at all tilting sometimes. Okay, you can play another Narset opponent. I'm okay with it. I think I'll be all right. So there's a good chance on our turn we're just gonna crank Blast Zone to 3 and then pop it. Oh. Why didn't you play that before? Why didn't you play that before? You could have killed me. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Well, you could have pushed for the kill. Yeah, okay. So we have to exile a card in play or in our hand. I'll just exile a Censor, to be perfectly honest. I have another one. If they play a Narset here, we're going to Censor it and then get a 2/2. But what's the name of the dude? Nicol Dragon God. That. This is a very, very strange Planeswalker. Very uncommonly played, too. I wonder if we just exile the Censor from our hand. I wonder if they play into it or they play around it. They played into it. That's so funny. That's really funny. No one expects the second Censor on turn 11. 4th spike. Boop. Holy shit. Alright, so I'm main phasing this Sublime Epiphany now because there's a second Shark Typhoon to get to. So we're going to kill this Narset. I could kill it with Blast Zone instead. Put Bolust it. No, that doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work. All right, let's ping both. We can get a Dragon God. What? I what? Is there a mode on this that gains control of things? What am I missing? We get a Dragon God. Creature you control. Don't. All right. I could crank this to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I can crank this to 5 and kill it. Don't mind me. Okay, I'm not gonna mind you. No. I get it. I get it. I just like I was wondering what he was talking about too. So I can crank my Blast Zone to 5 and kill this, but I don't. Yeah, I probably should. I have one left. Back off by one. There we go. Sorry. So crank this to 5. Go end step. Untap. Pop blast zone. There is a kind of crappy thing here in that if they just go straight to combat, I can't get as many modes off of Sublime Epiphany. Also will be tapped down against their Shark. So I actually should have attacked with only one Shark, especially considering the line I took. I should have left a Shark here to block. Yeah, so definitely a mistake, but hopefully not one that punishes us too badly. So this is return first, yeah, then copy, then player. So they're going to get free reign on this turn. They have a second Narset, so they're going to be able to play that. I don't see it being the biggest problem, but it's possible. This is going to be another game where it's very likely I'm going to double Shark Typhoon. And we are going to upkeep Vantress here. Yeah, we have 11 mana, so we can Vantress and then still cast Shark Typhoon. So they Dreadbore. Oh, please don't play Chandra and just kill me. I think these lists usually only play, what, Anger. Okay, this explains some of the cards that were stuck in their hand. Oh, maybe they have another 5-drop Nicol Bolas? That would actually be surprisingly inconvenient. Yeah, that's fine. I get it. Turn the card over. There are more words on the back. Yeah. All right, what do you got? You guys like Battlecruiser Magic? Because we oh no! Oh, that's so gross. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Boo. Just the worst. You suck, opponent. I was gonna have 2 Shark Typhoons. Alright, I'll get a 4/4. Triggers flipped. There we go. Bottom, top. Okay. And then I don't need to do any more. Thanks, I am Nutter. It's always nice to see you pop in and do your crazy little thing there. Just imagining Sublime Epiphany being like very cryptic command. There are multiple versions of it with the same name. I mean, it was one of those things that like honestly wouldn't be so Grim Tutor. All right, if they have a Chandra Torture Defiance in their deck, we're about to find out. Also, in their 60-card Fires deck, they've only played 1 Fire so far. Shock OP, yeah. We'll see if they have like Bone Crusher Giant. I wonder if they know that I'm a 2. They might know. I've been in games where people like have a lethal burn spell and they just don't realize it because they're not playing that kind of deck. Usually, if I miss that, it involves a bunch of attacking with creatures like some kind of peasant. Super secret. Don't tell them we're at 2. I wasn't gonna. Stay very still. Grixis decks track, or was it Grixis decks follow movement? I don't fucking remember the quote from Jurassic Park. Their vision is based on movement? Whatever. One who goes unpunished never learns. Greek proverb. Thanks, Greeks. I feel like that would have more gravitas if it was like attributed to like Plato or Socrates or whatever. Socrates, more likely. The writings of Plato. What do you got? Okay. There's red. Oh, it's just that. That's cute. So they'll get to exile one of my lands here if they want, or they can kill the shark, or they can Narset Impulse to kill the shark. Sure. Yet another quote stolen from the Great Confucius. OG ones are still like $70. I mean, that's not surprising, right? I mean, they're the old text and all that. All right. So yeah, we just passed the turn here, and we'll see how silly the value from this can be. Narset is done being able to downtick, which is great. So yeah, so we're just going to exile a forest here. Boop. I could bounce my own Shark Typhoon, which I could then cycle. We could have scryed. What am I end step? Oh yeah, you're right. I just wasn't even thinking about that being particularly valuable because I have the Sublime Epiphany in my hand, but there's still plenty of other good cards in my deck. You right. I should have done that. I can upkeep scry and still have a reasonable Scarab God. This works for me. Okay. Counter. Bounce. Draw. So am I just bouncing my Shark Typhoon? I kind of want to, but I probably shouldn't. So I'll just play a very expensive Cryptic. That gives me a 6/6. Yep. Yeah, you're right. We definitely should have scryed. Definitely significant missed value. Never mind. Best possible card in my deck was on the top anyway. Who needs it? Who needs to scry? Another Narset. Yeah, I guess that's resolving. It's been a Narset in play all game. Nice call, that Quack. You don't need to scry the best card at the top of your deck when it's just going to be there. It's just not necessary. Oh, Mastermind's Acquisition. Oh my god. Our opponent's deck is so sweet. It's so sweet. This has got to be for the set. This has to be for the 7-drop Bolas. That has to be for the 7-drop Bolas. It's gotta be. Nicol Bolas, God Pharaoh. Eight bonk. Oh, I can just kill them right now. Huh. Well, that's sad. What a sad fashion in which this game would end. Well, I'm gonna get some coffee. So we screwed up. Our opponent had a Narset in play the entire game, and we completely wrecked them there. Huh. Seems like we're definitely the bigger control deck here. I'm gonna get some coffee, but before I do, I'm gonna make my sideboarding decisions. So I definitely want Mystical Dispute. I think Jace's defeat is probably okay here, although Aether Gust also seems appealing. But to be perfectly frank, Censor is probably as good as those things for the most part, and Mystical Dispute is fine. I just don't want to get caught with my pants down on the split between having to counter the relevant spells versus the fires. But I guess Jace's defeat we can always use post fires. I think against this deck, I'm more okay with a fires resolving than I would be against the Jeskai deck. Don't get caught with your pants down if you don't wear pants. Got it. The Donald Duck strategy. I think Uro could go out here. No, that's probably crazy talk. I think 2 opt. Teferi seems medium against a deck with 4 Narsets. A Sublime Epiphany will pull down just ever so slightly. And I don't know, a Censor, because they definitely know about it. All right, I'm submitting. I'm getting coffee. I'll be right back. That hand is super unkeepable. Boop. That's much better. Thank you, deck. Now remember, Zach, if you sequence this in the wrong order, you're gonna have a bad time. My opponent should really be concerned about their clock, even if they had one that game. They also mulled to 6, so nice equal footing. Equal. Yeah, I like it. I like equal footing. There. I had enough keep stuff. I don't need those now. Whew. That's a draw. They shock. Oh, this is gotta beat Thought Eraser? Yep. But they can't take both censors. Takes a Shark Typhoon, that's fair. Your real accent shows why you don't get punished. Oh yeah. Bloop. There we go. Alright, what do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Nothing? Can't beat the Censor? Next turn, we can play Uro and still have Censor up, but if they counter the Uro, we won't. So, probably unlikely to do so. Don't love that. Now we can cast 2 Censors. Spell Pierce, eat your heart out. Ah, shit. So I have to 2-for-1 myself, or I get 2-for-1. I will choose to 2-for-1 myself here because we can play an Escape Uro pretty soon. I do not need to fetch a forest to do so. So, fortunately, we're double censoring this, but it's fine. Oh, I should have pulled the Daze thing. Should have pulled the Daze thing. Oh, the response. Daze you. You gotta legacy people, man. You gotta legacy people. Use all the tricks. All right, so yeah, we can't play or we can't escape Uro this turn, but hopefully Uro draws us whatever interaction we're looking for. Leave a blue green, and then I can choose to shock if I draw something that I need to shock for. I do not. So we get the scry instead. Blast Zone bottom. Okay. He has the turn. Thought you were about to click through. No, no, no. I just wanted the Censor to resolve first, so they paid the one, and then they paid the one again. Double Force Spike. All right, Uro, your time is now. Go, 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 new Justice team. Wonder if they'll respect the third Censor. Let's find out. Please tap blue, tap blue, tap blue, tap blue. Any number of blue. Get fuck out. And they are inexperienced with Magic Online. Okay, gain your 1 life. And denied. Boop. Dispute my dispute. Yeah. Yeah, they have the 1 mana and then they get disputed off the top. Drawing the second Uro is less than great, but alright. Holy crap, we literally drew all 4 Fabled Passages. Honestly, with this hand, I'll take it. Like, with the way we got our Uro into play, it's fine. I'm shocking here because then I can Mystical Dispute a non-blue spell. So, if they have some kind of mystical non-blue planeswalker. Grim Tutor, sure. I'm ready. Our third passage finally fetched an untapped land. Aw. Living the dream, buddy. You go, girl. Nah. What if we didn't? Nice 5 mana, lose 3 life, kill spell, and they scoop. That's a yikes from me, dog. That's a yikes from me. The lockup. Man, we were hitting nothing. Whew. I mean, Grim Tutor is really cool. I wonder how many fires they're playing, and I wonder if they boarded out some number, because we saw 1 fire in that entire match. Yep. Seems okay. Oh no. Okay. Oof. Oof. Opponent's on a bad deck. I mean, it's a bad deck that can kill you, but the opponent is on a bad deck. Abzan Rally. Yeah, okay, good. Turn 3 Reclamation? Seems good. Mid-league Grim Tutor makes more sense than the Fires deck most. Yeah, I mean, it's just like Fae of Wishes. The problem is I think Fae of Wishes is probably just better. They were playing Mastermind's Acquisition too? It's like, they're just doing all of everything, I guess. This actually might be a really rough matchup in that we have like no sideboard for it. But cards like this are pretty ineffective against us because they're hedged against some of the creature meta. So we'll see. I would have favored the fairies. Me too. They seem really, really good. They're some people are playing them in Jeskai Fires, and I think they'd be fine in Grixis Fires too. So none of their dudes have flying or reach. Yeah. Also, none of their dudes are Dragon Hunter. I mean, probably not. Whoa! All right. Strider. So this is sacrifice 2 other creatures. Any number of target players each lose 2 life and sack a creature. You add black, black, and draw a card. So it does not make me discard cards. It does make it... Okay. They're just draining me? Oh, and they want to draw a card and add black, black, and then probably play something else. And they sacked a goat and a blister pod, and the blister pod gives them a scion anyway, so they're not... Yeah, they're just adding black, black, drawing a card for almost no cost here. And there's a Cutthroat. this card makes their deck more dangerous very quickly. I wonder if they're playing the Abzan build or if they're playing just straight rock. It looks like rock. Good old rock. Nothing beats that. Alright, do I want to draw another land? Basically, tiny percentages on that. Play Passage to fill yard. If we draw another, we're one step closer to dig. Yeah, but the question was, do I put Passage in at end step and crack it, or do I wait until after I draw to crack the Passage? And yeah, I made the decision that lines up with what you want. Yikes. Okay. So we're at Virtual 6? No, we're at Virtual 4? Yeah, we could be dead this turn. Hopefully they swing in with their Zulaport Cutthroat for no good reason. This is actually a really tough matchup, probably. Aether Gust out of the sideboard will be helpful, but it's going to be... Oh, and Jaddi Offshoot. Yeah, Jaddi Offshoot will be great here. Okay, please attack with some of the relevant things. All right, so this could be lethal. It won't be. And making them add the mana during combat is good because it messes with their ability to get extra value in that way. They let me block. I guess that's not surprising. Kill the Woestrider. They might sack to Scry. They're sacking to... Okay, this is a weird choice, but okay, I guess. Yeah, I didn't expect them to let us block either. I think they could have had lethal if they hadn't let us block. But I also think... No, they couldn't, because they would have had to sack one of the Cutthroats or the Priest to get through for the maximum amount of damage. It's... Yeah, I think... I don't think they should have sacked it after I blocked. I think that makes no sense. But now we're here, so... Place Blooming Marsh, sure. Alright, looks like we're going to be okay. It does. Makes sense. Okay, if you say so. I will trust you. You usually have more insight on things. They could get the Shark off our board either way. Yeah, but I feel like they could have done more damage. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I think I just want to cycle Shark Typhoon for a 3/3 just to get a blocker in and then untap here. So I guess I could just play Dig Through Time. I don't really see how that's any better or worse. I guess, yeah, we probably should play Dig. Was a freebie. Actually, I think getting the Shark is better. Good draw. Good draw. They can put me to 4 if they want to right now. Basically, any creature they play, we're going to counter, especially anything that generates 2 bodies. Is this Lurrus or is this Woestrider? I feel like they're probably a main deck Lurrus deck. With 1 floating, huh? Alright, well, we're going to sabotage that because I don't think I can really afford to let a priest resolve. I mean, I basically can't afford to let anything resolve, but we're going to keep Growth Spiral on top. Oh, goodness. Okay. That was not a Mayhem Devil. That would have literally killed me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they can put me to 2 if they do what I think they will here. Although it doesn't look like they're going to. This, again, seems Strange. Okay, we need to find Uro ASAP, though. Just to gain a little bit of life. So maybe I should have binned the Growth Spiral. I just wanted the Growth Spiral to throw stuff into play for me. They're scrying? What a strange choice. Oh. I don't like a lot of the way they're choosing to play this game. But I mean, yeah, like they added the mana in combat there. They still lost a Zulaport Cutthroat. Okay, we're gonna cycle this because I want the cheapest possible dig through time. I think I'm just gonna dig first and then see what happens. We could still cast Growth Spiral afterwards. Yeah, we can. No problem. Admittedly, if I go full dig, I will. It'll take me a long time to escape Uro. So I wonder if I should overpay here. Yeah, I probably should. But only by one, I guess, because otherwise I can't play the Uro. Yeah. So we get to leave one card in our graveyard, but that's okay. Dig. Uh-oh. We're just dead, huh? Okay, so I can cast 2 Growth Spirals right now. Oh, and Opt. Opt doesn't really help. Huh. Alright. So, any order, cast Growth Spiral, Opt into it. Oh no, I can't play the Uro right now. This was the only card that could help me right now. So, depending on what they do on their turn, we can counter and bounce. Teferi. Teferi loots me by 2 next turn, so that seems good. Alright, I'll go end step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So go add a green, untap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we can Growth Spiral. You could have played Uro if we opted first. Yeah, probably. Okay. We also might be able to win the game with, or we might have a big moment where Sublime Epiphany counters an activated or triggered ability. Begins combat. I don't like my odds. They did not attack. Okay. Gilded Goose. So if... Yeah, so we're going to go counter, bounce, draw. Counter this, bounce this, I draw. Whee! And now their priest has summoning sickness. Blister pod. Yep. Priest. Yep. Okay. Just gotta find that damn Uro. Bang. Right here. Right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can 9. So we can Teferi and Opt to try to find the Uro. Opt takes me 2 right off the bat, so let's do that one. Oop. Bang. That kind of helps. So I can Gearhulk the dig through time, but that will not let me do anything now. I can Gearhulk the Sublime Epiphany, so depending on how they try to kill me, that could be reasonable. Do I have to bounce that? I'm just gonna die. There's just no way I can beat this and this and this. Like, there's just too much damage. So I crank Blast Zone to 2. If I kill the 2 drops, we just die. Unless I can also hold on. If I crank Blast Zone to 2, pop it, kills Priest and Zulaport Cutthroat, there's 2 triggers, and then I play Gearhulk, counter one of the triggers with Sublime Epiphany, and then I can copy the Gearhulk and counter the other trigger of Sublime Epiphany. Holy shit. All right. I think we're doing it. So, go end step. Okay. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. So, crack this. Bang. Triggers. Gearhulk. Sublime Epiphany. So. Oh, there's not going to be a second Sublime. There's not going to be a second Sublime Epiphany, so. Counter, bounce, create, draw. Okay. So choose an activated triggered ability. 1. Choose a non-land permanent. 2. Oh, hold on. That was the bounce one. Undo? Yeah. So choose a non-land permanent. That's bounce. Choose a creature. Gearhulk. Choose a player, me. Okay. Now we get a second Gearhulk. Second Gearhulk will get the dig through time. So we should win here. What a blue player line. Yeah. Blue player. I kind of proud of that one. Not gonna lie, this is really sick. Some sick Magic the Gathering right here. We're gonna go to 1. Draw a card. New Gearhulk. New Gearhulk. Who dis? Dig through time. Unfortunately, we couldn't bounce our own Gearhulk and copy our own Gearhulk. And maybe, yeah, I was actually thinking about that earlier, and I was like, "Is that a thing you can do?" And I'm like, "No, it's not. It doesn't work that way." Okay, there's the Uro. So if we survive this next turn, we're gravy. And then, do I want another Wilderness Rec? Not really. I think I'm just happy to have a land. All right. Any order. All right, go to 1. All right, you're up, opponent. Hand is Blister Pod +1. They get 1 draw. And I have a hard counter. Mayhem Devil? Catacomb Sifter. Create a 1/1 Eldrazi Scion. Whenever creature you control dies, scry 1. Oh, this is the original recipe Woestrider. Yeah. Colonel's original recipe Woestrider. Plays Blister Pod with 1 mana left. I'd rather not die. So the reason I didn't counter anything there is they have presented a board that can kill me. However, we're just going to play Uro. Let's scry 1. Normally you wait until after Uro to make your land drops because you want to see like which land drops you want to sequence, but there's plenty of times where you do it otherwise, and this is one of them. Green pull down. Ooh. Cast Uro. Green, green, blue, blue. Uro's coming to kill you. Whee! Alright, I'm at 7. Awesome. Shark Typhoon. Good God. This deck is just it's not going down. This deck is like, nah, we're good. We're gonna win this one. No problem. No problem, dude. Totally freaking got this one. Sublime Epiphany is no Cryptic Command, but it is definitely also not Cryptic Command. Good God. What a fucking cool Magic card. Taps all their mana, sacks a scry 1. Okay. Bolas's Citadel. That That's
Who goes out on Mondays?
That's all I can say. Holy shit. Who goes out on Mondays? Good lord. That was crazy. Alright, so Aether Gust, yes. Jaddi Offshoot, yes. And then maybe Nightpack Ambusher? Yeah, I think having more creatures is good. I think Master of Time can come out because he's easy to attack down. I think we can board out one Sublime Epiphany even though it was completely disgusting there. I think I don't want Opt. I think Censor's a little slow. Actually, the more expensive... No, because the thing is, most of their deck is so cheap. I honestly almost feel like we could just do, like, this, and then keep, I don't know, that. Roy, let me know if this is crazy. Oh, I love the "That's So Ratchet" too. I love the way she says that. There's so many quotes in that freaking song. All right. I think I'm okay with my sideboarding here. Maybe the fourth Ambusher better than the fourth Epiphany. There's no fourth Epiphany. There's only 3 Epiphanies in the 75, but I feel like if anything, I want to like make sure I have a Teferi, like maybe a Sinister Sabotage over one of these Wilderness Recs because they're a little bit like I need to survive the early game. All right, I'm gonna try it like this. Let's see. Let's see. You don't Wilderness Reclamation decks. The one thing I learned about playing it in Standard, the Ambushers are meh. I mean, they're the reason I have them is just to, yeah. I just want to mitigate the beatdown. Like you saw how potentially wide they can go very very quickly. Like it's not. I'm not boarding them in for some cute like. Oh, then they'll give me a bunch of tokens, and then if they try to make me sack my Uro or my Gearhulk, then I won't have to. No, it's just the fact that they come down and help mitigate your life total by stopping you from getting beat to death by just being a 4/4 and making other creatures that block. And being a flash 4/4 can be really valuable too. So we've got Growth Spiral into Uro. We're gonna have all sorts of mana and extra life total. So I feel pretty good about this one. Yeah, this is one of their better starts. I like the opponent's archetype, but I always beat it. It just feels like it's just a little bit too small ball for what Pioneer is about right now. Aether Gust is an okay pickup here. Because that means we're going to Growth Spiral this turn, we're going to Uro next turn, and we have an Aether Gust to play afterwards, which is great. Something degrading about getting hit by the world's worst Eldrazi? You think this is the worst Eldrazi? There are worse Eldrazi than this. Is Mayhem Devil? I'm so excited to see the Mayhem Devil out of it. Like, it has to be there, right? Okay. Maybe I should Gust this rather than... Oh, it's colorless. Never mind. It actually is colorless. Okay. Not allowed. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Moto. Temper. I would like to hit a land, please. No. I don't need a second wolf. Thanks for trying, deck. Catacomb Sifter. Yep. They can really set up their next draw. All right, let's hit a land. Land. Oh, I didn't want to tap land. Should have been more specific. Actually, you asked for a land and I gave you a land. Thanks, deck. Thank you so much. You know, you gotta actually me, huh? All right, what are you attacking with? Attacking with those. I think I'm happy to play the Ambusher here. I'm not sure what they can have, but his glowing eyes are so beautiful. Oh, please just let this be total wreckage. Does this sacrifice another? Whenever another creature you control dies. Oh, it's just a trigger. Oh, it's not. Oh, right, because this is from the Mark Rosewater says cards aren't allowed to have art era. Yeah. No, it's from the cards aren't allowed to have free sacrifice outlets. There's a free repeatable sacrifice outlets. In the words of the great Cave Dan. Four mana. What in the hell? Oh! Wow! That's a card. Alright. Please no sack outlet. Please no sack outlet. I don't want to be machine gunned. I wonder why they changed their mind then. I think that decisions were taken out of the hands of a single person. More so, they can kill our wolf right now. No, they cannot. Oh, they could have. Could they? No, they could only sacrifice one creature. No, they could only sacrifice one creature. Oh, they could have. No, what? They sack this. They. Oh, no, no. What are you? What? How? Yeah. Okay. Good. No, they couldn't. I was right. No, it's the Roy who's wrong. Okay, so play Temple and pass the turn because we get a wolf. I think that's where I'm at. But the Blister Pod was a Scion. That's fair. Another Aether Gust. Okay, this means I think I will draw step gust them. If I draw step gust them, they can priest on their turn to sack, or they could priest in response, but I think both of those work out pretty well for me. Yeah, I think so. Can we opt into anything after we get our wolf? Well, not relevantly. I don't think there's anything I really want to cast on my turn that I couldn't just, you know what I mean? Now they could respond to this by going sack 1/2, get the 2 triggers, sack another one, ping the wolf 3 times, and have me sack the Nightpack Ambusher. Why didn't you just gust on our turn? Because I don't want them to just replay it right now. And I can't opt into the other Aether Gust. I don't want the Mayhem Devil on the battlefield right now. So I gave them the opportunity of using Priest during their draw step, which is like pretty awkward. I think if you're not able to use the mana from Priest, the value of it is a lot lower. I'm gonna Priest now. Sacking Blister Pod and sure. And like they're gonna draw the Mayhem Devil now, and they can replay it. But oh, so actually, depending on what else they have, they might just be able to kill us here. 6. Oh, the Bolas is Citadel? Oh shit. If this is Citadel, we could just be dead. We'll see. Well, that's uncomfortable. They must have an emerge creature. I was worried they kill off our wolf at the same time. They would have sacked their cutthroat devil. Yeah, that's a play I would have been super okay with. If they draw step, sacrifice like a bunch of their stuff there. Yep. Oh yeah. Okay. I know the top card of my deck is Aether Gust, which I do not want now. So I'm gonna opt and put it on the bottom. They have to make me discard Uro for the less than, or for the 3 or less. And then for the 4 or more, they have a bunch of options, which I'm okay with. I sympathize with why so many engineers are driven to alcoholism. That's a yikes for me, dog. The one thing that keeps me from being driven to alcoholism is all the nerdy things that I love to do are mentally demanding enough that if I'm drinking too much, I can't do them very well, and I don't like that, so I don't. Like when I drink properly, I can't play Magic, so I just don't drink like that. So now I think they have the Mayhem Devil in their hand, but that's okay. Because they don't have any way to sacrifice stuff or make me sacrifice stuff. I guess I do have Fabled Passages in my deck, but like we have Opt and Nightpack Ambusher here, so pretty well set up for this turn. Nightpack proving to be a brick hit house in this matchup right now. Oh, another Mindbender? Holy shit. Oof. That is really big. All right. Opt. Let's hit a land. Gearhulk. I guess I make them choose between discarding Shark Typhoon or Gearhulk here. That's probably as good as it's going to get. Whee! All right. Matchup's about to get weird. I found it strange the Mindbender didn't exile instead of discard. Yeah, I guess so. Got to make everything as unintuitive as possible with all the different card types and such. Yeah, and it's in the set where exile mattered. That's so strange. Whew. I don't... Yeah, because now I don't need to play my Uro. Yeah. So the reason I'd play the Uro is because I think gaining life and putting the 6/6 into play are relevant. I can attack with both my Nightpack Ambushers this turn, and they have really bad blocks available. Basically, they like lose their whole board. And I'm going to get 2 4/4s at end of turn if they don't kill any of my Nightpacks. So let's attack with both Nightpacks, see what happens, and then we'll decide whether or not we're going to play the Uro. Not attacking with the Wolf because they just get a free block. And I think keeping the Wolf kicking around after this turn is okay. They just block nothing? Okay. I'll put 2 4/4s into play. And then we can dig through time to a counterspell. Ambushers are 5/5. They are. Yeah, they're pumping each other. Do 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 boo boo do do boo do boo 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 do boo boo bow 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 bow. Trophy one of my wolves. All right, let's dig in response. I guess this means I'm not going to be able to play the Gearhulk next turn. That's probably worth it. Oh, not the Gearhulk, the Uro. Wait, did I just exile that? Okay, good. I was like, I didn't exile Uro, did I? Am I a complete idiot? No. Ooh. I kind of want Jaddi Offshoot, but I don't have any lands right now. But it's probably better than all the other choices right here. So yeah, let's take Sabotage and Offshoot. And we will counter this. It is possible I die from playing the counterspell on this, but it's also pretty likely that we just get to overrun them when the game... yeah. I know that's not a land, but... Okay, they were just done. Good. My opponent seems to be playing this game, like, pretty honestly. And by honestly, what I mean is they're not trying to sequence in ways that throw me off or bait me with anything. They're just playing like whatever spell they have. Yep. That's a completely reasonable block that I am okay with. Okay. I'm gonna play my little offshoot here. Bloop. Aw, he's so pretty. On Murasa, even the trees grow trees. I love that. That's cute. And cute little offshoot. Land, sure. Urborg, no! All their creatures with Swamp Walk. Alright. If I make a 2/2, then when I attack, I'm going to hit them for exactly 8, and they're going to die with their triggers on the stack. Bloop. Shark Typhoons on Shark Typhoons on Shark Typhoons on Shark Typhoons. Good God. Whoa, Doctor, we've got one heck of a smash coming in here. Alright, you ready to die with triggers on the stack? I know you are. Yay, magic. Boom. Got him. Got him. Alright. We got one more match to go. Let's do it. We're playing with house money now. And if we hadn't timed out in that first one, we'd be 4-0. Goodness gracious. And the number of players in the Pioneer queue is up to 500. Numbers are swelling. Wolves on wolves on wolves on wolves on sharks on sharks on sharks on sharks. House Mune. Numbers are fake and nothing matters. I don't know if I agree. Hand is good. Hand is good. Hand is very good. Not perfect, but it's damn good. So are you Jeskai Fires or are you Blue-White Control? Only time will tell. Oh, they're on 80 cards. This is Jeskai Fires for sure. Okay, this should be a very good matchup for... What? What? Oh, maybe it's Esper Urian Sadness? Starting to seriously worry about Larynx Pudgeworthy's health. I wouldn't. I mean, he's not. Would you like to censor me? Nope. Good. I'm okay with drawing another land. Especially that one. Omen of the sea, omen of the sea, omen of the sea. So is this like the Reflector Mage, what's it called, build, I wonder? Well, it's definitely a build in which that Teferi is not resolving, that's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Uh-huh. Larynx Hug is adorable. Do I want to scry here, or do I want to scry here? Or have the potential for 3/2 Shark? I think this is better. Aw, you guys are cute. Do I still have my emotes? Nope, I do not. I don't have my larynx emotes anymore. Yeah, that's the only one I have. Super genius. Actually, technically, I have Spike's emotes and I have Stryfo's lack of emote. I got a 3/3 nerd. Game's over now. Yeah, it's pretty good with Castle Vantress. I wish my hand was not so gratuitously full of blanks right now. It's okay, I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks. Yikes. You can't recall what one looked like. Oh, there is a Stryfo one. And Spike's got a bunch of them. Puts Urian in their hand. That is lackluster. I'm okay with that move. Let us scry rather than wasting the Shark Typhoon. Holy jumping. Bottom. Oh, I tapped badly. I was supposed to leave the blast zone open here. Did they? What? Oh! Main deck Dovin's Veto. Ugh. I just figured they had another Omen or something, and then I mistapped because I wanted to crank my blast zone, and then when they play Urian, kill their Omen in response. Or Omens. But, yeah. And I just scried a Wilderness Wreck to the bottom. I need one of those. That's a good idea. What? What do you need one of? That's not the best draw. Gearhulk. Sublime. Deck, please. I'm not messing around right now. I want some gas. That's better. Alright. Pass the turn. Oh, Veto. Yeah, Veto's pretty good. It's a good deck. Or do you mean Veto the Dusk Rose? V-I-T-O. Shock? Don't know what that means. Oh, you absolute jerk. Yeah, because this means there's about to be a follow-up. But we're going to try anyway. Huh? Suppose if they... Okay. Interesting. Well, it depends on what the follow-up's about to be. It's probably 5 mana Teferi. If they tuck my Gearhulk, I guess that's okay. Woo. We'll see. Oh! God, I always forget about that card. Alright. Alright. None of this is alright. Because this is going to get back to Fairy eventually. Well, I can Sublime Epiphany it when it does, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh! I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to blast zone the shit out of them. Mm-hmm. Yep, last on 5, about to be money. Daddy shark doo 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 ba doo. Of course, they have 4 cards in hand, so they could easily have something that makes this game even worse than it's been so far, but don't shock it. Thank God. Crank. Where's my sound effect? Bloop. That was an excellent draw. Now they Sublime Epiphany me? Nope, thank God. Whew. Bullet dodged. Does anyone remember the Matrix? People wearing a bunch of long leather coats. It's kind of like cyberpunk gothy. What if counter drop? Oh man, I can't even choose more modes. Boo. The "That's So Ratchet" soundbite has another use. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Othokaya. Helix me, sure. That's fair. Well, only one thing to do now. Y'all know what it's time for. What was that soundbite from anyway? It's a song called #Selfie. Alright, I'm letting this resolve because there's a good chance we opt into something really good that I want to keep. Second Othokaya. Please no third Othokaya. Don't kill me like this. Not like this. Not like this. Whew. Okay, let's put a 1/1 into play. Hello, I hate networking. I am the saddest panda. Oh, buddy. Bottom that, please. Oh, well, okay. I can take another 1/1 shark, sure. Yep, that's the one. I want that. Alright, so we're main phasing one of these now. Got that. We're gonna get Helix to death. Oh, I think we're gonna be okay, buddy. I think we're gonna be fine. Boom. The big shark. Alright. Yes. And yes. I like all these things. Don't forget to leave enough for Uro. We left a lot. More sharks. More sharks for the shark. That's one annoying ass song. I love that song. I really, really like that song. I guess it's more in my wheelhouse. It also really reminds me of Frank Zappa's Valley Girl, which I've brought up before. And Valley Girl is a sort of parody of the Valley Girl stereotype that became very popular in the 1980s. And it was a satire of like sort of youth culture, as Frank Zappa's wont to satirize everything. Verdict. I was wondering if they had the Verdict in the deck at all. Yeah, Zappa's satirizing the youth culture in the 1980s. All right, so this time, unless this is an Uro that we're going to play, we're just going to sit. Growth Spiral is fine in this card. So they have literally 0 cards in hand, so we just get to neutralize any spell they play and dig through time. Unless it's a Dovin's Veto, we can't neutralize that. I guess I should dig through time at sorcery speed because I know they're playing Dovin's Veto, but honestly, I think it's probably okay. They conceded. It's not my thing. I get why you like it. It's pretty much dance hall, right? I'm gonna kill you, Roy. Fucking dance hall. God, I hate dance hall. Not a fan of dance hall. Not a fan of what the hell is the other one called? Shit. What is it called? I know I can remember this. Dance hall. It's got a really goofy name. I don't know. Just every song that has the exact same groove but at different tempos of. I know it's West Indies-y-ish, West Indies music. All right, so Mystical Dispute. I know it bugs me that I don't know. I know the name of it, but I can't remember at the moment. All right, so I think this is how we're gonna sideboard something like this. I like the Nightpack Ambushers because they're standalone threats. I don't need Opt, I don't need Censor. So we're way down on early game card selection and cycling, but I don't actually think that that's going to be all that useful in this matchup. We just need the haymakers, basically. Just go way over the top of them. All right. Yeah, we definitely talked about it at Toby's. There's dance hall, and then there's crap. Reggaeton. It's reggaeton. Reggaeton. I don't know, but just not a fan of that stuff. All right, we're keeping our 7 because we're likely to get Thoughtseized and Thought Erasured here. I do like my opponent's gratuitous Pile of Greed as an archetype. I respect them. That place really loves that shit. Not normally when we're in there. It's usually a lot of like classic rock. Or like weirdly like stuff pops up like Rob Zombie and shit. Dracula. I love that I was at a Magic event and it's getting pretty dance hall near closing. Yeah, I mean, so that's a phenomenon that I observed when I was working on cruise ships, and it just seems to be a thing that almost every bar, the closer it gets to last call, the more likely the music is to automatically transfer into some sort of Latin music or some sort of dance hall or reggaeton. Perhaps this is a psych thing, maybe. Okay, so this is a Thoughtseize. If they play a land afterwards, they can only resolve something that's 2 CMC. So I'm going to Growth Spiral in response because this is the best play in my hand. Put that, yeah. And then they can take my Jace's defeat, but then they can only play something that's 2 CMC. I really don't care. Probably going to take the dig through time. Rob Zombie just says random words and makes them into a song. I mean, you can say that about a lot of, I don't know, electronic music. All right. Do I jam my Teferi here? If they have counter magic, what are they going to play on 4? I guess on 3 they have Little Teferi, but that's not really a big deal. Actually, it kind of is. If they have Teferi and a Mystic Dispute or Teferi and a Thoughtseize, though, they're going to get through anyway, so I think I'd rather jam this now. Card selection seems really valuable here because there's like lots of medium cards in this matchup. Last one's good. I think 2 life will matter. Why you put Breeding Pool over Fabled Passage? No. They scooped. They must have missed their land drop. All right, so we kind of 5-0'd, but we kind of only 4-0'd, but we kind of only 3-0'd because this match. So we timed out here in a game we were about to basically win, and then this person, I assume this person just joined up with either the wrong deck or something came up and they had to leave. So that's why they popped out as quickly as they did in the way that they did. Anywho, this deck is fantastically fun. I do like the ratios of these spells, they seem to work well. I was watching Doomwake earlier this week, who did just win the challenge with mono green, but Doomwake was building a blue-black control deck, and he was putting in 4 Torrential Gearhulks and 4 Dig Through Times as the baseline. And I was in there trying to be like, dude, this is too much, way too ambitious. There's just no possible way you can do that. That said, I will say the reason that there's only 2 Dig Through Times and 2 Uros is because these eat each other. They eat the same resource as your graveyard. So it is, there's a limit of how many of these powerful cards you can play. And Gearhulk wants to flashback things out of your graveyard too, so you can't just eat everything out willy-nilly. That's why Teferi Master Time is really good in here, because just rummaging more and more stuff into your graveyard is great. And then the cheap package of spells here, I really like the way that Aspiringspike has an eye towards being able to do stuff in the early game. That was one of my favorite things about playing blue-white control in this format, was that you were usually playing a playset of Opt and a playset of Censor and some number of Azorius Charms. So you had like 12 plus cards that when they weren't relevant, they could just cycle, as well as some cycling lands. So that was really nice. Once again, though, Uro is probably the true all-star. I don't think so. In this deck, in this league, which we did play against mostly control decks and mid-range decks, I found Uro was only a big deal against that black-green sacrifice deck. But in most of the other ones, he was just a team player. Whereas like Shark Typhoon was huge almost every game, almost every match. And then Gearhulk Sublime Epiphany, Gearhulk Dig Through Time was gigantic as well. I think Sultai Wreck could also be really good again. But you'd have to figure out what you do and don't want from this deck in order to splash in some of the removal. So probably worth looking at. But if you look at, like, let's see, this is LSV's Azorius control list from the challenge. So just as I mentioned, it's basically got these 12 here that cycle pretty aggressively. This is the blue-white control deck I'm most interested in trying out at some point. And then I also have 80-card Niv, which I'm also interested in trying. This was Gabe Nassif, who went to 2nd place in that same challenge. That said, I don't have enough time for a full other league, and I'm feeling a little tired, and I do have to go to work later. So I think I'm going to call the stream now. This has been a fabulous video. I'm going to get this posted up on YouTube. It's going to be delayed on posting because I've been trying to sequence my videos coming out in a way that will help out the channel and everything the best that I can. But I do want to thank all of y'all for hanging out. Jiggy Wiggy, Roy, Larynx Punchworthy, and everyone else who dropped by, Pogo Shark, and all the fun friends. So I will definitely catch you guys later. I have the next 2 days off, so I'm going to spend at least one of them mostly streaming, I think, and doing like 4 or 5 leagues. Probably get some Modern back into the rotation, and we will see y'all pretty soon, I'm